Imagine opening a massive SEC filing, hundreds of pages of dense legal terminology, cross-reference sections, and footnotes that seem to have footnotes of their own, each page more intimidating than the last, filled with jargon that only seasoned lawyers and analysts can truly decipher. Now picture yourself stumbling upon a single mysterious clause tucked away on page 137, a line so cryptic and unexpected that it immediately grabs your attention and makes you wonder if you've just uncovered something monumental. In our speculative scenario today, that one highlighted sentence becomes the spark that ignites a global wave of discussion, curiosity, and wild speculation across the internet and financial world. Not because it's real or verified, but because it becomes the foundation for a what-if narrative that XRP enthusiasts love to imagine, fueling endless conversations and creative theories about what could be possible. Imagine a world where Ripple's long-rumored IPO is not only confirmed, but comes with a historic twist. Free shares distributed to every XRP holder as part of a fictional loyalty airdrop, instantly changing the landscape for investors everywhere. This imaginative storyline sends the community into a frenzy, prompting heated debates, elaborate theories, detailed breakdowns of legal language, and a flood of deep-dive videos dedicated to uncovering hidden clues and unraveling the possibilities behind this tantalizing scenario. As the narrative expands, we dive into a hypothetical world where Ripple's IPO date suddenly becomes the hottest topic online, sparking a frenzy of speculation and excitement across digital communities. Content creators and finance enthusiasts everywhere begin comparing Ripple's imagined valuation to giants like Coinbase, Stripe, and even the early days of Meta, dissecting every possible angle and scenario. In this alternate universe, analysts calculate theoretical share prices, speculate on the level of institutional interest, and debate whether Ripple's debut on the Nasdaq could become the most significant tech finance hybrid launch of the decade, drawing comparisons to historic IPOs. The conversation quickly grows larger than life, not because these events are confirmed in reality, but because the online community thrives on the thrill of possibility, fueling endless debates and viral rumors. This video dives into the psychology behind IPO anticipation, the real mechanics of public offerings, and how easily vague legal language can morph into sensational theories once it hits social media, amplifying hype and uncertainty. From here, the storytelling intensifies. This alternate reality scenario, XRP holders begin imagining themselves receiving Ripple shares one for one. One XRP equals one IPO share in a grand loyalty airdrop, a concept that exists only in fantasy, but captures imaginations worldwide. People debate eligibility. Would Ripple require KYC? Would international holders qualify? Would custodial wallets count? The speculation becomes a global marketplace of theories, each more dramatic than the last, even though none of it is grounded in real-world policy or announcements. The fictional narrative becomes a vehicle for exploring how airdrops actually work, how shareholder distribution is regulated, and how companies historically reward early community supporters, not through token giveaways, but through loyalty programs, early access, or separate incentive structures. To heighten the suspense, the script presents a dramatic countdown. In this imagined world, a specific date begins circulating as the deadline to qualify for the hypothetical share distribution. Commentators urge holders in this fictional storyline to keep their XRP in private wallets, stirring debate about custody, keys, and digital asset security. While emphasizing that none of this is real or recommended behavior, the video uses the speculative scenario to educate viewers on the actual difference between custodial and non-custodial wallets, how snapshot mechanics work in legitimate blockchain airdrops, and why security practices matter. The fictional deadline becomes a teaching moment about risk, best practices, and how misinformation spreads when urgency is artificially created. So as we dive deeper into this story, let's start exploring the broader landscape of Ripple's real technology, what's actually happening behind the scenes, beyond the headlines and hype. We're talking not just about the claims, but the actual verifiable things like Ripple's cross-border settlement solutions, the company's important partnerships with major financial institutions, and its ongoing regulatory journeys that shape the industry. Plus, we'll look at how enterprise blockchain adoption has been evolving, how real businesses are integrating this tech, and what that means for the future of finance. Now viewers get a chance to learn how IPOs actually work in the real world, from the initial planning stages to the moment a company's shares hit the market. We'll break down why companies decide to go public in the first place, what motivates that big leap and the strategic thinking behind it, and we'll explore what role those big institutional investors play in shaping valuations, providing stability, and keeping the market steady during turbulent times. The speculative airdrop storyline, well, that becomes a kind of contrast here, a reminder of how quickly rumors can spread in the crypto world. The fictional version shows just how far community imagination can go, spinning up wild scenarios that capture attention but aren't always rooted in reality. Meanwhile, these educational segments keep us grounded in the real processes behind public offerings, showing the steps and safeguards that actually exist. We'll also see how investor distribution really works, who gets shares, how they're allocated, and why it matters for the company's future. The tone here, it's all about striking a balance, making sure we're both informative and entertaining without losing sight of the facts. We want to keep things entertaining and clear, so you're never bored or confused, but always learning something new. By the end, you'll feel informed and engaged with a real understanding of how these financial processes work, never misled, and always in the know. Then comes the emotional peak. The script dives into why people love these narratives so much. The dream of financial transformation, the idea of being early to a groundbreaking shift, and the belief that loyalty should be rewarded. Viewers are guided through the psychology of financial hope, the community-driven nature of digital asset culture, and the powerful storytelling that emerges around future-facing technologies. Instead of dismissing the excitement, the video acknowledges it, while also reminding viewers that separating imagination from verified information is crucial in a fast-moving digital world. We explore how rumors spread, how thumbnails influence perception, and how one out-of-context sentence can turn into a global conversation overnight. As the video moves toward its conclusion, we return to the fictional affiliate link wallet promotion trope. Instead of promoting anything, we break down why creators sometimes emphasize urgency, how affiliate models work, and why it's important for viewers to recognize marketing cues online. The video uses this moment as an opportunity to teach media literacy, explaining how to identify red flags, how to evaluate claims, and how to avoid being manipulated by artificially manufactured hype. It becomes not just a video about XRP or Ripple, but a video about navigating digital finance responsibly. Finally, the narrative ends with a powerful responsible message. In this story, we explored a highly imaginative scenario where Ripple launches an IPO and distributes free shares to XRP holders, but in the real world, none of this is confirmed, announced, or supported by evidence. The goal was to dissect the mechanics of viral speculation, entertain the audience with a cinematic what-if storyline, and provide context that helps viewers stay grounded in reality. The closing call to action invites viewers to share their thoughts, participate in the conversation, and request more deep-dive videos, while also emphasizing the importance of research, critical thinking, and distinguishing between hype and facts. Please remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor. The content presented in these videos is purely for entertainment purposes. I always encourage viewers to conduct their own research and consult with professionals before making any financial decisions. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up,